Welcome, Nic here. And today I wanted to address the topic of feeling sluggish, feeling joint pain, and feeling unmotivated when you get up in the morning. Now, there is the expression that the early bird catches the worm. And this is written out by many CEOs that attest to getting up really early in the morning and like their days just start a little bit earlier. So getting up, if you're normally getting up around 8 o'clock, how can getting up 2 hours earlier give you more energy and productivity beyond just the fact that you've got an extra couple of hours? So let's reel it back to what for me it's all about. It's all about energy. And energy is different at different times of the day. So not all time is created equal. The energy at 6 a.m. is different from the energy at 8 a.m., different from the energy at 12, and so on. And Ayurveda, which means the science of life, is a study. It's a study of time and energy. And it's thousands of years old and was given to us as a system by people who had studied this, by the rishis. So they had done this intensive work to study time and energy and created a system that would help us humans to maximize that. And from their studies of time and energy, and from the understanding that different times and different energies exist, they gave us something called Dinacharya. Dinacharya is the ideal daily routine, not just to keep you feeling healthy, but to actually work as a preventative lifestyle so that you don't even get to the point where disease and stagnation is in your body. Disease comes from dis-ease, unease, where the body is out of harmony. So this lifestyle practice of Dinacharya is designed specifically to maximize your energy, prevention of disease setting in the body, and if you're already in a place where you're in pain, a way to actually reverse that without using traditional drugs, or not traditional, Western drugs and a lot of heavy treatments. So the first thing is to have the mindset around a new day, right? Every day is a new day. You have never lived this day, you will never live it again. And from an Ayurvedic and yogic perspective, that is the first thing that brings us joy, right? That we can have this gift, this like fresh sheet of paper every single day. Now, from that place where we receive the gift of a new day, how can we find harmony? How can we find peace? How can we wake up not having pain in our bodies, not feeling stiff, not coming into the chaos of the day and just kind of stumbling into it? Well, if you can align your biological clock with the chronological clock, or as I like to call it, the cosmic clock, then that creates this integration and peacefulness. So inside your body, you have a biological rhythm. It's the circadian rhythm, it's the rhythm of aging, it's the rhythm of cell renewal, it's an internal clock. And then there's the external clock, or the cosmic clock, the chronological clock, chronos meaning time, that is the movement of the sun and the moon and the planetary movement and the universal movement. If you, little you, can hitchhike and hitch a ride on the cosmic clock, you don't need to work so hard. That is the whole precept of Dinacharya. Can you hitch a ride on the cosmic clock and not be running against time? So let's just back up a little minute and take a moment to reflect on how different time and spaces feel. And maybe I give the analogy of a house and rooms in your house, right? Every room in your house feels different, right? The kitchen feels different from the bedroom. The bedroom feels different from the living room. And it's not just to do with the furniture or what color you have on your walls. It's to do with the energy. It's to do with the things that you do in those spaces. So in your kitchen, it has a particular energy, your bedroom has a particular energy, living room, and so on. Even take the example of your friends. Each of your friends, even though they're all human beings, they feel different. It's the energy that feels different. And in the same way, there is a difference in the energy at 6 a.m. to the energy at 8 a.m. And it's to do with the relationship of the sun and the moon. So we measure time by the sun and the moon. We have created a 24-hour clock that is kind of a stamp, an imprint, and a false imprint to some extent around the chronological clock. And the proof is that it doesn't really work, because in the West we have to actually kind of adjust time to catch up or to slow down with the chronological clock. So that clock, the cosmic clock, rules over our 24-hour time stamping that we do. So if we take away the time stamping, right, and we want to catch an energy, right, take away any kind of like actual physical clock, when knowing that the sun rises in the morning and it peaks around midday and then sets in the evening, and then there's this lunar cycle where the moon rises and then sets. So if I was to say to you, without seeing a clock, when would be the best time to catch an energy to get up and start moving? What would your body say? Is it at midday when the sun's overhead? Is it towards the evening when the sun is setting? Or is it in the morning when the sun rises? Well, the sun's energy is a massive pull up. So I'm going to say that the best time is to get up around the sunrise, and even better than that, if you can get up a little bit before the sunrise, then you're it's like you're ready to take the trip with the sun. It's like you're all ready, you've got your bags packed and you're ready for the day. If you catch the sun just as it's leaving the station, it's already feeling like you're kind of into the day. Now this is something that Ayurveda understood, and they have segmented the days into elemental qualities. So there are 5 elements, and the elements pair together and they cycle through the 24-hour clock. And the element or the 2 elements that come just before 6 a.m. are the elements of air and space. This is normally a time when most of us in the West are still asleep. It's the feeling of dream time, ether, right? We're lost in space, we're in an airy place. Now, what would it be like if you could just catch the tail end of that, and like a kite, you start to take that air and space and it lifts you into the day when the sun starts to rise. And that is why Dinacharya suggests that getting up 2 hours earlier than 8 o'clock, so getting up just before the sunrise, is not just giving you an extra, 120 minutes to your day, but it's giving you a specific energy, and that energy is the Vata energy, the tail end of the Vata energy, that last little airspace to lift you into the day. And if you miss that window, for people who are getting up around 8 a.m., not only is the sun already up and there's already movement around, maybe in your household, the streets of traffic outside, the TV's on, right? It's a different quality than getting up at 6 a.m. Not only that, the elements have shifted. So when you get up at, let's say, 8 o'clock in the morning, the elements are earth and water, otherwise known as kapha. Kapha energy, earth and water, really relates to the body. And so, and a thickness of sludginess, right? So when we're getting up at 8 a.m., we're in that sludgy zone, which for many people means that your joints are feeling stiff, you're feeling sluggish, it's all mucusy, there's a lot of, tiredness in the eyes, the mouth feels kind of yuck, the joints are stiff, and it's just this kind of not wanting to get up because you've caught the wrong cycle. So my tip for you, if you want to get more energy, is understanding that getting up early just before sunrise, so maybe around 5:30 or 6 a.m., depending on where you are and what time of year it is not as a punishment or a self-flagellation, but rather as a smart way to catch the winds of the day. And that conversely, you will probably feel more energized than tireder. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to hear a little bit more about how to structure your day so that your biological clock is in alignment with the chronological clock for more energy, more vitality, more longevity, better beauty, better health, and reverse any of the pains that you might be having in the body, the autoimmune stuff, then I'm going to be teaching a summer series of workshops. They will be full-day workshops done virtually. The first one will be around eating and how and when to eat according to the cosmic clock, so that you never have to worry about dieting and putting on weight, and in fact you will really be helping to heal your digestive system. So I'll put the link in the bio. If you're interested in finding out a little bit more about sleep, that will be the next workshop. Then I'll be going on to do another workshop around the morning time and how to get up in the morning. And then we will be working a little bit on how to find the right exercise type and movement type for your body type. So you'll be doing an assessment to figure out which of the 5 elements are more predominant in your body, which dosha you are, and creating a movement pattern daily that will serve you well. Anyway, thank you for listening, and signing off now. Have a super wonderful day enjoying this moment that you have in this life. Namaste.